So now I'm going to take you through a few filters that Angular makes available to us. We've already seen a filter used in the ngRepeat directive to allow us to search through the array that we're repeating over to find specific items. But there are other filters for doing things like formatting numbers, strings, and dates. I'm going to take you through a range of them now. In the next video, we're going to create our own. I'm going to show you a range of filters across a range of data. I've set up all my data in this controller down here and displayed it all out on the page here. I'm going to use a different filter on each and show you exactly what they do. All filters are applied with the pipe symbol, so anytime you see that, you know a filter is happening. The first one I'll show you is currency. I'm going to use it on the price model I've got here, and you can see that as soon as I finish typing currency, Angular has formatted the price data correctly so that it comes out as a currency. I can also change the symbol that we're using, so I'm going to use the pound sterling symbol, which is local to me, but we can also use the euro symbol. This also shows you that we can essentially pass filters arguments, so you can imagine this is almost being like passing currency an argument, except the syntax for doing this in Angular is with a colon. Next, we're going to use the number filter to reduce the number of decimal places on a number. So you can see I've applied the number filter and immediately it's reduced this down to 3 decimal places. But you can supply your own number. So if I add 1, it gives me 1 decimal place. If I say 2, it gives me 2 decimal places, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Next, I'm going to use some string filters, like uppercase. This transforms the string to uppercase, and there's also a lowercase filter. The date filter is very useful for transforming a normal JavaScript date into something more specific. So you can see straight away that it's converted it into Jan 20th, 2013, which is today's date, instead of the horrible looking date string that we get from the JavaScript date object by default. So I'll add the date filter back again, but we can also specify how we want this to look. So I'll add the year 4 times, and then the month, and the day. And there's a whole range of options that you can use that you can find documented on the Angular website. So I can format it nicely like this, and that's a really useful filter if you're ever using dates in Angular. There's also a whole other range of letters and combination that you can use, as well as some built-in types. Next, I'm going to show you the limit to filter. This is another one that applies to ngRepeat, and it lets us limit the number of items that come out of the repeat. So I'm going to use the filter in the ngRepeat directive and say limit to 2. And now you can see we only have 2 names from the array of names, which has actually got 4 in it. If I increase this to 4, then we see you get all 4, and as I add a new name, let's say Joe, you can see he doesn't appear because we've limited it to 4, but if I add 5, we get Joe. I'll limit this down to 3 for the time being. The last one I'm going to show you is the order by filter. The order by filter can be used to sort by a property on an object. So here we're iterating through an array of 2 people. I'll just add another one to make it easier to see what's going on. So the first name will be Joe, and last name will be blogs. So I'll add the order by filter to our ngRepeat directive, order by, and then specify the property that we want to sort on, which will be the last name. You can see I've put this in a string, but immediately it's sorted A, B, and W, which is the correct order. We can reverse it by adding another colon and saying true, and now we have them in the reverse order. We can also sort by first name, so if I remove the reverse parameter and then sort by first name, then we have a completely different order where Jeffrey's first and I'm last. And we can again reverse this. So that's a quick tour through Angular's filters. In the next video we're going to be creating our own.